I am stuck right now mentally about all of the things that I need to do in my room that have to do with unpacking and organizing. Like when I look at it, I'm just like overwhelmed and I can't make myself start. Okay, so the greatest thing just happened to me, guys. I went in there and I was like looking at all the prices of the bins and I was like, they're $5 for a little tiny book bin. And then I found those that you can get at the Dollar Tree. Anyway, I was paying for my stuff and I had like just enough. And this lady just came up to me that had parked next to me and is like, are you a school teacher? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, well, what grade do you teach? And I said 4th. And she's like, are you new here? And I was like, no, but I was teaching middle school, so you might not know of me because of that. And she handed me a 20. And basically it paid for what I just got. So it's like I went shopping on someone else's money today. Isn't that great? Like, you know, in education these days, like we don't get enough like praise, or not that you go into it for that, because definitely not. Like you go into it to help kids and help families, but there's so much negativity in the world about education right now, and having someone just hand you a $20 bill and say, you know, here's your purchase basically for today, like there you go, is just a great thing. So you know what, there's still good people in the world and God takes care of us. I'm a Christian. I don't always talk about it on this channel, but you know, I believe that even though we're doing a lot of work that is not always seen by the public, like God sees it and he takes care of us. So be encouraged today by my little experience. I'm gonna head back to the school. I've got what I need to get started, at least on my project for today. So gonna go to my meeting and then I will check in with you after that. So I'm back in my classroom and it is 5 o'clock. I thought the meeting lasted till 3, but it actually lasted till 4. And I just realized that I walked all the way over here from the other building on campus where we had the meeting, and I left my laptop because it was charging and it was like not right where I was sitting. And so I just picked up my purse and my planner and walked out like a dum-dum. And I just had a conversation with another teacher, which was really nice, but now it's 5 o'clock and I have to work on my paper tonight and I'm starting to get hungry. So I think I'm gonna make myself a list of what I need to do on the board. And then I will take off and come back tomorrow when I have a little bit more time. So yeah, let's talk about what I need to do.
Back to school packets, and then make schedules. All right, there'll probably be more later, but that's it for now.
It is later on in the evening. I'm trying to talk kind of quiet because Joe's already in bed, sitting here eating a Built Bar, which is like my new favorite snack when I want something sweet, but I don't want to overdo it. I'm not sure this is the greatest idea right before I go to sleep, but we're gonna roll with it. So was looking through some of the things that I had saved, because if you've been following me for a while now, you know that last year I almost took a job in Colorado teaching 3rd grade, and I was super excited about it at the time. Thought it was going to be like a really good opportunity for our family, and then it just like it didn't work out like as far as our family went. We kind of backtracked and decided it wasn't the right timing for us to move. But I was so excited last year when they offered me the position that I started going on Marketplace and picking up library books, because I knew that my classroom library had been like mostly dwindling down and given away to a lot of different people. So I was trying to find good readers. Well, teaching 4th grade, a lot of the things that I bought I can use. So I'm glad that I saved them and didn't like resell them. So I have all of these books here that I'm kind of getting together so that I can bring tomorrow to the school when I work on my library. And then just kind of looking to see if I had anything else too. And I have a couple of things that I've bought, but not a lot to show you yet, but I will be getting more later on. There's just some really cute things in here. There are so many good books that are available on Marketplace, on Facebook Marketplace. If you're not like a big Facebook person, it is worth getting on there and just creating an account so you can go in and you can purchase things, because you can find so many things for your classroom like on resale on there. There are resale groups just for teachers. There's one that I'm in right now. It's like a Target Spot resale group, and so everything that teachers are selling on there is from Target. There are other groups that are just like general, you know, resell, and you can just put in like classroom and you'll find all kinds of things. But library books is one of the best ones. If you do not have a classroom library and you're a new teacher getting started, or you've changed grade levels and you need different books, I would highly suggest looking on Marketplace, because I bought like a whole box of books like this online for like maybe $10, you know, and you get all these different titles. So this is like Pippi Longstocking, Dolphin Diaries, Little Secrets, Big Nate Flips Out. Here's another Big Nate book. This one is a 4-in-1 book. It's called Galaxy Zack, and it has 4 different chapter book stories in one thick book. And that's a hardbound book. Bailey School Kids, Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane, Skylanders Universe, Transformers. Like there's books for girls, there's books for boys, there's books for sport people, books for, you know, all kinds of interests. So yeah. So I'm happy that I get to add those in and that I did not waste my money last year. These are transparency pockets. So they're the clear plastic pockets that you can like insert anything into the sleeve, and that you want the students to write on. So you can use these to reuse worksheets or practice pages, and students can just use a write on wipe off marker, and they're in the different rainbow colors, so it goes with my theme, so that's nice. Then, and this is a pack of, I think it's like 25 maybe. I got it on Amazon. I'll link everything below. I got a doorbell for my classroom because I want to use this for transition this year and be able to hang it around my neck. I'll hang it on my lanyard. And then I just got a super pack of highlighters because this is something that some students, it's on their supply list, but I've noticed that sometimes students do not have them, or they'll get them and then it's like they disappear. They don't bring them to school or something. So I got a 96 pack with 6 different colors in it because we will use a lot of highlighting when we're doing reading passages and different things like that this year. So I thought that would be good. And then I did get another set and I already took them to school, but I'll post a picture up here. It's these Poppet sensory like rubber pads, and they're to practice your multiplication and addition facts. So I thought those would be really cool. I know we have some students that are lacking in their facts, so it's, you know, sensory, it's colorful, goes with my rainbow theme, and you know, the kids love Poppet still right now. So then I found some Astro Brights paper that I did not know that I still had, and it's in good shape. So I've got orange and pinks that I can use for my classroom setup. I'm gonna go out and buy some Astro paper soon, but this will help me get started on some of the things. So yeah, that's my little bitty classroom haul. We'll have more for you later, but it's time for me to get ready for bed, and I'll see you at school. So Joe and I went to a neurodivergence training today at the schools, which was really interesting. It's all about, you know, different brain patterns and, you know, kids that are on the spectrum, from ADHD to dysgraphia to dyslexia, apraxia, autism, all the stuff, all the things, and kind of like why they do some of the things they do and what you can do to support them. So that was really cool. I'm sitting here working on something creative because what I realized is, like, I am stuck right now mentally about all of the things that I need to do in my room that have to do with unpacking and organizing. Like, when I look at it, I'm just like overwhelmed and I can't make myself start. And I know once I get started, there'll be this like curve and it'll get easier, because it always does. But right now I feel really stuck. So I'm doing something creative. I'm making these tissue paper flowers, like DIY. I did not buy them. I already had the tissue paper. I found it in my stuff when I was going through everything. I was like, yes, because that's color. I'm gonna put them up here in like a little kind of, I don't know, configuration. I'm going to make fake clouds below them with cotton balls, so it'll be like, you know, 3D. Then I'm going to take some streamers and hang down in like a rainbow pattern. So I'll put my like theme right there. So that's going to be my little decorative area that pulls my theme together. And I brought in some of my bins so that I can see some color. Like, I just really need to see that something's getting done. That makes me happy right now. Joe's coming to pick me up and the dog is coming. Hey, Baxie! Did you forget where Mommy's new room is? Did you forget? So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I made these really quick. I'm gonna make one more. The next thing I'm gonna do is cover some bulletin boards, but I'll probably come back and do that tomorrow. So I have 10 sheets here. I was doing all the same color pretty much, but these are like my leftovers. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a multicolored one to show you. So I just basically laid them out. I'm actually, because it's hard to cut through all of these, I'm going to make like a little scalloped edge on one side, well, on the two sides, because that's something that you usually do after you fold it all, but it's gonna get really thick and it's gonna be hard to fold. So I'm gonna do it first because I found that it works better. So just take two of the opposite sides, cut your design that you want. I just like a roughly edge for mine. So I'm just cutting a little. The thing about it is it won't be perfectly symmetrical like it is if you cut it when it's all folded together. But if you can't cut through all the layers, it doesn't turn out that pretty anyway. So having it a little bit uneven, it's not even that noticeable once you get everything put together. Okay, so they're all lined up. Try to get them even if you can. And then you start by folding it over, then flip, and you're just folding it like an accordion, back and forth. And you're gonna make this little like fan kind of thing. Try to make your edges nice and crisp. That's why I always fold it against the table. And when we get done, we're gonna bind this in the center. You can do it with string, or you can do it with staples. I tried to use a stapler and the stapler was not working for me. I swear everything that I've tried to do the last few days in this classroom, I've had a problem and I haven't been able to get anything done. That's why I was just like, I'm just gonna do this, even though I have a lot of less fun things to do right now. I just need to get something done that makes me feel accomplished and happy. I had to try to search for my stapler today. Haven't found the box that has my stapler in it yet. So we'll figure that out, I guess, later on. Okay, so now it's accordion folded. Now I'm using yarn, but you can use any kind of string that you want. Take it right in the center. And you're gonna tie it pretty tight, and it's okay if it puckers. It's kind of, you want the center to be kind of that way. It doesn't have to be perfectly like tight, but it needs to be tight enough and it needs to not come apart. So I'm going to double knot it. It won't matter if it's a bow or if it's just a simple knot, but make sure it's nice and secure. And then gonna turn it and you're gonna start fanning it out. Open it up on both sides. So now it's like this, right? So then now you're going to fluff it. And the way you fluff it is by carefully separating the layers and pulling them towards the center. This is the part where if you're not careful, you can rip things, and a little ripping is not gonna hurt anything, but if you do a big chunk, that's gonna be a problem. So I don't know what this is gonna look like with multiple colors. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not, but we're gonna do it and see. I definitely do like the way that the other ones turned out. Now, this is like one of those things that's kind of fussy. So you separate the layers and you pull them up, and I'm kind of like turning it. So I do one side, then I do the other, and then I go back and forth. And then you're just gonna kind of like crinkle things so that it looks like a flower. So as you go, try to keep that in mind, that you don't want big gaps or holes if you can avoid it. Like I just ripped a piece, oh well. But at the end, you have to fuss with it until it looks the way that you want. You can hang these from a string from the ceiling, but our fire marshal does not allow that because technically it's fire risk for spreading fires to the roof of the building. So yeah, so now see how this is totally flat on this side? So I kind of have to mess with it, even it out, kind of get the folds to go in different ways to fill in the gaps. It's not going to be 100% perfect. If you are putting it on a wall, you want one side to be a little flatter than the other because you're gonna have to tape it. But if you're hanging it from the ceiling, you're gonna want it to be more rounded. So it all depends on how you're using it. But there is the finished product. And I would still mess with this one a little bit more, but as I'm gonna be putting it up on the wall, I'll probably like tape it and then get it the way that I want it. Yeah, that's pretty cute. I think I like it if I had several of them over there, but I do like the single color ones. I think that they are really pretty. So yeah, I'm going to hang some stuff up and I will show you once I get a few things hung and my bulletin boards covered, I'll show you where we're at then. So fast forward to tomorrow.